Hey everybody. Recording this on the same night just to get it in for the week. It was Friday, August 15th. Yeah, 15th, 2025. I Today I'm recording the first team prediction, and that is the Arkansas Razorbacks. My favorite team, my alma mater. It's a struggle, you get your hopes up, and then they just find a way to bring you back down to earth. Going into this year, not many hopes around the state are high, um, for obvious reasons. You lose almost 40 players and you bring back not the same caliber, maybe. But you have second year of Bobby Petrino and Taylor Green. That is the biggest thing right there. Every quarterback under Bobby Petrino in year two has taken a giant leap forward. You saw Ryan Mallett. You saw Lamar Jackson. So it's really, what can Taylor do? You already know he can move with his feet. Can he get the accuracy? Can he get the completion percentage up? And I think he will throw for more than the yardage he had last year, which was 3,100 yards. I think he'll throw for more touchdown passes too. Last year was very rely on Andrew Armstrong. Had over 1,100 yards receiving and missed a game. This year you have Omega Blake, you have Raylan Sharp, Monte Harris. You have different guys that are all universal and, can contribute in their own way. I think having that this year will help give him options where you improved your O-line. You brought in 3 transfers: Corey Robinson from Georgia Tech, Caden Sittler from UCF, and then Shaq McCroy from Oregon, 6'8", 350 pounds. And then you have Fernando Carmona moving to left guard this year. You have probably Keyshawn Blackstock at the right guard, I would assume. You just have depth there for a run game that is suspect, but 2 of them are returning in Braylon Russell and Rodney Hill. And then you have a newcomer from New Mexico State with Mike Washington. I've seen a lot of good reports about him during fall camp, so I'm excited to see how he actually runs. People have compared him to Niall Davis back in 2011. I remember those years. Those were good years. So if we can catch glimpses of that, then we may be okay on the offensive side. Defense is my worry, especially with the secondary and up front. Up front, you have Cam Ball returning. After that, it is a question mark. You'll have Quincy Rhodes going. You'll probably have Charlie Collins as well. It's a lot of unprovenness with a veteran guy right there, but your linebackers, it's one of the best cores that you can have. You have Xavier Story returning. Huge news. You have Stephen Dix from Marshall, year 2 for him. And then you have Tavion Wallace, a freshman coming in that I think will contribute right away. Secondary is a little more suspect on who you're going to throw out there. Not really sure. It always changes. Lost a lot last year, whether it's graduating or transfer portal. So we will just see how it translates to this year. You may have to win 35 to 31 games. A few games you could do that. A few games that's not the case. But digging right into it, week 1 you have Alabama A&M. I don't expect this to be any contest. If it is, you have bigger problems. I would say it's going to be a 63-3 or a late score, 63-7 type of ball game. This should not be close. Starter should be out by the third quarter. Week 2, you have Arkansas State in Little Rock. Why in Little Rock? Don't ask me. But it's the last year of it, and so you're playing in-state rival Arkansas State. They're a good team, but it's not the talent level that Arkansas is. I mean, Arkansas should win this game 45-14, 45-21. You should really just put it away early. Excuse me. You should put it away early and not giving them any hope of keeping this ball game. Week 3, that is a huge test. Kind of determines how this season goes, in my opinion, with this 2 other games after it. But you have Ole Miss at Ole Miss week 3. Both teams are rebuild/reload. You can catch Ole Miss early, and they may not be set with Austin Simmons, at the quarterback position. He has some weapons to throw to, but can you get pressure to him? If you can, you can disrupt him. It gives you a chance there. But Arkansas in one-score games over the past 4 years has not been great. So I'm going to chalk this up as a loss, a close loss, maybe a one-score loss. But that puts us at 2-1 heading into a game at Memphis. How in the world do you get at Memphis? I don't know. Memphis is a good team. American Athletic Conference. They have talent there. They can compete with Tulane. They can compete with some others. But you should win this game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think people can think that Memphis gets the job done. Personally, I don't see that. I think after that loss to Ole Miss, you're going to be straightened. You're going to right the ship. And I think you get a W. I think it's a close one. But right there, you're 3-1 heading into your biggest home game of the season. Just team-wise. You have Notre Dame week 5 coming home to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I was not confident in the Tennessee game last year. They proved me wrong. And with the quarterback situation at Notre Dame, I think it gives us a fighting chance. Now, I think if they hand it off to Jeremiah Love 30 times, which is very capable, that's going to be hard to stop. And it could be another 17-14 ball game. Now, until they can prove me wrong with that, I'm going to give us a loss there. And I think it's going to be a 21-17 ball game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. But I just don't see us pulling it out. I hope they prove me wrong. Then you have a bye week. Much-needed bye week going into your SEC gauntlet, I guess you could call it. Because week 7, you go to Tennessee. You're in Neyland. Joey Aguilar has some games under his belt already. I think, I don't know, you've won 4 in a row against Tennessee. It's going to be tough to make it 5, but Arkansas can, and they need to. If you do not win this game, you're sitting at 3-3 going to a brutal rest of the SEC slate. Just call it as it is. You saw Florida, a team that wasn't very great last year, go into Neyland, almost knocked them off. Maybe should have, but this is a game I've wrestled with because the quarterback situation, I think, favors Arkansas. Wide receiver is going to have to step up for Tennessee. That's a big question mark. I'm going to go ahead and give Arkansas the upset there. I'm going to put us at 4-2 right there. Heading into a 3-game homestand where your first week is A&M. A&M I'm high on this year. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. A&M I'm high on this year. I think they will be pretty stout on the defensive side as usual. And I think they'll be good in the backfield. And I think that means Marcel Reed and Le'Veon Moss, 2 guys you have to contain or else they'll run on you all night. I don't see Arkansas just in their previous years with A&M. Something always happens. I think it's another game where it's a one-score game, but I'm going to give this a loss again. I just don't see Arkansas pulling out anything in a final 2-minute drive. Until they can prove me wrong, then I'm going to stick with a usual one-score loss for Arkansas. That moves us into week 9 against Auburn at home. Auburn, a team that is very hot or cold. I mean, you don't know what week you're going to get. Last week we got them on a. I mean, granted, they couldn't complete a ball to their wide receivers. They completed more to us and to Cam Coleman and Keandre Lambert-Smith. I think they'll be good this year. I do. I think Jackson Arnold will be a little bit better quarterback situation than they had last year. But I think Arkansas knows how big of a game that is. And I think they get it done. Now, I think it could be a 10-point ball game or it could be a 3-point ball game. I think they get it done. Giving them the win there, Mississippi State. I don't know what Jeff Lebby has for year 2 there. I'm, along with the others, thinking it's not great. I'm giving Arkansas a W there. At home, you should win by 17. 2 scores at least. Then you got a bye week before your Week 12 matchup at LSU. Now, as high as I am on LSU, Arkansas, I just don't think gets it done this year in Death Valley. It's been close past few years. Last year was not. But the year before that, we went down to Baton Rouge, kept it close, lost by 3. I think it's more than 3 this year. I think their defense is just really tough. That's an L. It's probably a night game. Atmosphere there is going to be crazy. Then next week you go to Texas. It doesn't get any easier. Don't have you win in there. It just flat out. Don't have the caliber to compete. I want to be proven wrong. I would love to. But until I see it, some improvement, then I'm just not going to have us there either. So that's 2 losses. Then you're coming back after Thanksgiving. You were playing Missouri at home to wrap up your year. In a game, you need it. You're bowl eligible. But do you want another 6-6 year? No. Arkansas fans do not want that. They want to see improvement. And with a gauntlet of this schedule, improvement, I wouldn't say is 7-5. Maybe you can steal a game elsewhere, A&M, Ole Miss, but you need this Missouri game because, call it as it is. It's a rivalry game. Drinks had our number for the past few years. I think just with Missouri's situation, you can get that done this year, and I'm giving us the W. And I round out the year at 7-5, putting us bowl eligible and a 1-game improvement of last year. Is there games in there that you can steal? Yes, absolutely. You can maybe steal Ole Miss. Notre Dame, if that atmosphere is crazy, it's an 11 a.m. kickoff. You catch them sleeping a little bit, kind of punch them in the mouth there, maybe. A&M, you could. That's a big homestand right there. Where if you win 2 of the 3, you're happy. If you get to all 3, you're ecstatic. LSU and Texas, I don't see it happening. Frankly, top 10 teams in the country, maybe top 5. It is what it is there. But 7-5, Hog fans, let me know your comments. Let me know down below what you think. Anybody else as well? Thoughts on it? What games do you think I predicted wrong? Right? What do you see Arkansas doing this year? But as for that, let me know your thoughts down below on what teams you want to see next for predictions. Any other conference, any other team, just let me know. And I will talk to you guys. I'll hopefully have a video out early next week. And thank you very much. See you guys later.